Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Today we received some pretty sad news regarding Halo Infinite. I'm sure you all know what I'm about to say, but Halo Infinite's campaign co-op and Forge will not be present when Halo Infinite releases this holiday. Now, there are plenty of people that are upset with this news, and that is perfectly fine. I of course am too, but I don't think this affects how successful the game will be at launch, not by a long shot. Most of you watching would have played Halo Infinite during the technical preview, and will agree when I say the gameplay has so much going for it. This is just a minor setback that is getting blown out of proportion by the media. Yes, this is disappointing news, no one should dispute that, but these two missing features will not hold the game back at launch. The harsh reality is that 343 has had terrible leadership throughout Halo Infinite's development. We saw it last year during the July demo, and we've seen it again now. I think the devs themselves have been working super hard on the game, trying to deliver a true Halo experience. So I really hate seeing people go out of their way to attack the 343 devs online, which is absolutely the wrong way to voice your concerns. Should Halo Infinite have been delayed at least 3 more months? Yeah, I think so. But Microsoft would certainly not let that happen, as there would be crazy backlash for them pushing back their biggest IP yet again. Don't get me wrong, 343 definitely deserve to be criticised, especially their leadership, but just remember they've had to create Halo Infinite through a pandemic, while for the most part working at home. And in reality, Halo Infinite started development around mid-2017, so it's not been in development for 6 years like some people have been saying. Funnily enough, they had development issues back then and had to scrap what they had numerous times. Again, it comes down to poor leadership, but things are looking much better now, with Joseph Staten spearheading the game, ensuring it's ready for launch, and like he said today, it will be. I know for a fact 343 are devastated at having to delay these two features, but at least everything else will be solid day one. The solo campaign experience will be fantastic, and even the recent screenshots we've seen of the devs playing the campaign look just gorgeous. There has been a clear upgrade since the July 2020 demo, which makes sense, and hopefully we'll see more of the campaign at Gamescom to get everyone hyped again. Halo Infinite's multiplayer is a massive return to form for the franchise. Those of you that tuned into my streams here on YouTube would know my feelings on it, but basically it's the perfect blend of Halo 3 and Halo 5, and it's been very well received so far by the majority of Halo fans. I have no doubt in my mind that Halo Infinite's multiplayer will be a success at launch. The game is addicting, it keeps you coming back for more, and most importantly, it feels like Halo. Of course, 343 will need to have content dropping pretty regularly to keep people playing, but honestly, I think the gameplay is that fun, it'll be successful in its own right. I've seen many people believe that Halo Infinite's launch will end up being a disaster similar to Halo 5's, and if I'm honest, I don't see that happening at all. Halo 5 released with absolutely nothing. There was seriously nothing to do besides the regular campaign, 4 arena modes, and Warzone. It was missing Big Team Battle, Infection, Griffball, Forge, Theater, Custom Games Browser, and was also extremely buggy at launch. Yes, Halo Infinite's Forge won't be present at launch, and campaign co-op won't be available for 3 months, but there really is still so much going for this game. We've got campaign, one that's supposedly bigger than Halo 4 and 5 combined. Of course, we'll see if that's true at launch. We've got multiplayer with all the classic Halo modes, with heavy emphasis on Halo's Big Team Battle. Halo Infinite will of course have bot modes, with different difficulties, like you would all know, and we've also got the Academy, which we haven't even seen the half of just yet, besides all the weapon drills. Then we've got Theater, and custom games. Custom games will still be there at launch. For some reason there's this misconception that there cannot be custom games without Forge, and that's wrong. It's just we won't be able to create our own maps and modes until Forge arrives. That's definitely upsetting, but just remember the Forge is a massive tool, and Halo Infinite's Forge will no doubt be incredible, so I'm willing to wait a little bit longer for an incredible Forge experience. The campaign co-op is a different beast entirely. I don't think 343 anticipated how hard it would be to make it work, considering the large size of Halo Infinite's environments. One of 343's devs made a post on Reddit addressing all the concerns. They didn't disclose their name for obvious reasons, however many people I've spoken to consider it to be legit. So here's what they had to say on the campaign co-op issue. The open world and several different objectives spread around the map that can be completed in any order mean that a bunch of solutions were explored for how this would work in 4-player co-op. The first and obvious was shackling players together, but even in internal playtesting this was just not fun and considered incredibly limiting. The idea to free players to go off and do their own stuff was then proposed, which was a great idea and very welcome, if not for a few key things. The first was network, and the second, and more important, was checkpoints. The dev then goes on to say that they are still working out the kinks, which is why it's not ready just yet. Can I just say that campaign co-op missing at launch is far worse than Forge in my opinion. I think campaign co-op is such an integral part of the Halo campaign experience, so I am more disappointed with that, but I'd rather a stable experience over a buggy one at launch, so I can understand the delay, and I appreciate the transparency even though it's not what we want to hear. Both campaign co-op and Forge are 2 big features that should have been in the game at launch, but Unfortunately, due to poor management and COVID, that's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean the game won't be any less successful when it releases. People stating that the game will die on launch have no clue what they are talking about. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but some of the shit I've seen online today has been honestly unreal. I try to keep things pretty positive on my channel, but those who have watched me long enough will know that I always highlight the positives and negatives of any situation involving FIFA 3 and Halo Infinite. People have a right to be disappointed, but please don't give up on the game when there's so many awesome things going for it. I know it's sometimes really hard to stay positive with things like this, because a small minority of the Halo community can be a little toxic at times, but I truly believe Halo Infinite will be a return to form for the franchise. And after playing the game for hours on end myself, I can't see this game being anything but successful and popular when it finally releases this holiday. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Let me know your feelings on this, and just remember that it's okay to be disappointed or upset about these missing features, but it's important to stay positive, because the game truly is amazing, and hopefully more of you will be able to experience it in the upcoming BTB flight. If you guys want to join my Discord, the link will be in the description, or follow me on Twitter, the link for that will be there too. Anyway fam, thanks so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to support me that little bit extra. Thanks guys, have a good one.